Welcome back to another episode of Dropping the Gloves. It is Thursday. We have a great interview for you today with Fabian Zetterlund. He is an up-and-coming young player with the Sharks, 25 years old, just had his breakout season last year, 24 goals on a team that wasn't scoring a whole lot. So he's very excited about the new pieces they brought in, whether it's the rookies from the draft, obviously Calabrini, Will Smith, Sam Dickinson, and all the free agents they brought in too. So great time to be a Sharks fan. It's a great interview. He's very funny, well-spoken. He had just arrived in the States from Sweden like less than 24 hours before we did this interview. So it was early in the morning, San Jose time, but he was still on that Swedish European time zone. And he's very gracious to give us that time. So it's a great interview. I think you'll like it. This interview was brought to you by Bet365, the proud partner of Dropping the Gloves. Open an account with Bet365 today and bet on a huge range of markets. So whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Use code HOCKEYCA. Here's Fabian Zetterlund.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dropping the Gloves, and especially good morning to Fabian Zetterlund. It's 5 a.m. in California. No, it's like 7 a.m. He woke up early to do this interview, and he's still on Swedish time, so he's a little jet lagged. But joining us today is San Jose Sharks. Can I say new star? The new cornerstone of the team, Fabian? Is that okay to say?
Yeah, you can call me whatever. That's fine. That's fine. I take that.
I will say it. And I think it's rightfully earned because he came out last year and just had a fantastic coming out party almost. But he's here joining us on the show. Thank you, Fabian, for joining us. We appreciate it, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me here.
So the one thing I just want to get out of the way, we just said you just flew in from Sweden, got in yesterday, already on the show, just a awesome guy. But I was looking at your stats, looking at your highlights. Great year last year. I noticed you're number 20 for the San Jose Sharks.
Yes.
Now, when I would go to teams when I played for a decade in the NHL. You're probably going to have a longer career. I would try to pick the numbers of tough guys from those teams. So I go to Chicago, Stu Grimson, number 32. I go to the Rangers, number 28, Colton Orward, 28, and do that around the way. You went to San Jose and picked number 20. I was number 20 in San Jose. Did you ask Mike Greer for number 20 because John Scott wore number 20?
Actually, the story behind it was when I got traded, I went to Costco in New Jersey, and I that was so close to my apartment, so I just needed a suitcase or something to carry all my stuff, and then I waiting in the line, and Mike, the equipment manager, called me and asked me for a number, and I was like, I had 20 in the Utica back in the days, and I was when I had my best season in my life, so I was let's go with 20 then. And then that was the story behind it almost. And I know Sorensen had it too, Swedish guy. You had it, so it's a pretty big number to carry.
So what was that like? Because you obviously got traded. The big piece was Timo Meier going to the New Jersey Devils. You started your career with the New Jersey Devils, drafted third round in 2017. Were you expected to get dealt to San Jose because, you hadn't really made a huge mark in the NHL just yet? What was that like? Because you're still a young kid at that point. You're probably 22, 23. Getting dealt all the way across the country has got to be a kind of a big issue for you.
Yeah.
Big moment.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I saw some rumors behind it, but it was something I didn't want to think about at that point, And then I remember it was a Sunday, and some guys in the team text me, hopefully it's not you, and I was like, I haven't heard anything yet. So, but then the call came, and I picked it up, and I was traded. So life changed, and I packed all my stuff and just went to San Jose and played in 2 days after. So it went fast, and but I'm happy I'm here right now, and and part of the San Jose organization.
Well, it's been such a huge summer for you guys, obviously starting with the draft, first overall, getting Calabrini, getting another kid in Sam Dickinson. Will Smith's going to come to camp, it looks like. And then all the names you brought in, pretty quietly, good offseason with DeFoley and Cody Cece and Barkley Goodrow, Jake Wallman. What's the buzz? There must be a great energy with the team right now.
Yeah, I think Mike Rear did a really good job this summer. Looks like we have a really good team, like young, and also some veterans. Like I think we have the perfect mix for having success, and we're just gonna show that here at the beginning of the camp, and get together and go from there.
Are you guys already skating? Have you seen anyone since you got in yesterday? Or is it still too early?
No, I gonna go in soon here to the rink and meet the guys again. So yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
Is it nerve-wracking? Because you're a veteran on this team now with all the young kids coming in and fresh faces. Do you feel, Fabian, some kind of, I don't know, did you have a duty now to be a veteran on this team? I know it's weird, you've been there 1 year, but do you see yourself in the leadership group up there with, Mario Ferraro or Logan Couture? Or are you still a young guy trying to just figure it out in San Jose?
I would say both. I like to hang out with the young guys, and I also want to take a leadership even off the ice. So I would say I'm kind of up there and want to show every day who I am, and want to bring the team forward every day. And but I like to hang out with the younger guys, like I said, and then they probably see me as their dad, though, and because I'm 25 and they're like young 20, so it's a couple years different there. But yeah, I would say I'm almost like in the middle, but I want to take steps forward.
Yeah, it's a weird time in San Jose because when I was there for 1 year. It was short, but we had a veteran-laden team. We had Thornton, Pavelski, Marlowe, Hannon. Like it was an older team, and then the young guys: Thomas Hertl, Logan Couture. We had Pickles was still relatively young. Do you sense, because San Jose, you got there right when it was starting to kind of get a little better. You played the Sharks when they were garbage, I would imagine, when you were with the Devils, but can you sense, even just around the team and around the the locker room, that guys are excited to be there? Because last year, some minor steps when you got traded there 2 years ago, it was tough at some points to play, I would imagine. But can you feel the energy? I know you said you haven't been into the locker room, but even this summer, you look and you get the number 1 overall pick. You're signing all these guys. You're probably talking to your family and friends like, holy cow, like this, we're going to win some games this year. This could be fun. We're not going to be a lottery pick. Can you sense that shift of expectations this year?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that too. Last year was really tough, but I think it was an important year for everyone to see, and it can only be better, And it's going to be fun to see when the camp starts. Everyone's going to chip in, and yeah, we are really good players, We have really young players, also like a couple veterans who can take the leadership. I'm in that group too, so I have to step up a couple steps, and I feel like we have the perfect mix for having success this year. And I think gonna be really hard to play against, and that's have to be our goal.
I did the math, and before this past season, you had played 81 games in the NHL. And you had 9 goals across those 3 seasons, 2 teams. Last year, you had 24 goals in 82 years. Was there something different that clicked for you, or was it just a matter of like opportunity, getting more ice time, getting some power play? How did you take such a big step forward in 1 year?
I remember I had a really good off season, and then I wanted to come ready for camp, and improve and take steps, And I remember I had a really good camp last season, and the beginning of the season started well for me too. Started to score some goals, and then I gained some more confidence, and the coach wanted me out there, and I I took it too. So in that way, and then just kept rolling and rolling, and played a lot of with Granlund. He's a great leader. He helped me a lot, even off the ice. So
Yeah.
and also Eklund, we hang out every day. So yeah, I mean, a lot of things clicked for me last season, and but I want more and more. So I'm so ready for this.
Did you feel like, Fabian, because I know this, whenever I would sign, if I knew I had a roster spot, I was a little more comfortable. Coming into New Jersey, I'm sure you had no idea where you fit in, because you look at their forwards. They had Hirschire and Bratt, and they had Hughes and Mercer and all these other great forwards. And you're just looking at the roster going, where do I fit into this piece? But then you go to San Jose, you go into camp, there's a lot of opportunity there. They traded away a lot of high-end guys. There's some ice time to be had. Did you just feel, and maybe this is me just putting words in your mouth, did you feel like you had an opportunity to play a huge role in San Jose last year? That's why maybe you took advantage of it?
Yeah, I would say that. I remember in New Jersey, it was hard to get a top six spot, you know. Uh, but yeah, I in San Jose it was little bit different, you know. It's more spots open, and yeah, I took advantage of it, I think. And but this year coming in here, I feel more confidence, you know everything what's going on, and know how to win games, you know what we need to do, and just gonna be ready from the start, and get everyone else on the board.
So let's go back to the beginning. 2017, you're drafted in the third round, and you don't come over to the States till 2019, 2020. Did you know at the time, like, was it always the plan that it would take a few years before you came over, or were you trying? How did that all work out?
I remember I had a injury, ACL, my knee, and I played without my ACL back home in Sweden for like 4 months, I think, and I was on the contract in Sweden, so they want me to play. Then I remember Jersey talked to me and called my agent and called my team back home, and they were like, he needs to get a surgery like soon as possible, and yeah, I did one after World Juniors, I remember, and then we signed my contract right after that. Yeah, and then I went over to US, and I went over hurt, but it works out well at the end.
Well, you played in
But
Binghamton.
how does that?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I do. I'm always interested in that. I've never really asked the European guys. So when you get drafted, you have an agent. Obviously, you're still young. Like, you're still 17, 18 years old. Do you have an agreement with the Devils at that point saying, okay, I'm not coming over? Or did you want to come over right away?
No, I didn't want to. I wanted to play back home to grow more and more. But at that point, I played one season, and then the next season, when I wanted to take the big step, I got hurt, and yeah, tore my ACL, and couldn't really do anything. And then New Jersey talked to me, and they wanted to get a surgery done and everything, and yeah, it was tough because I was under contract in Sweden, and they want me to play. So New Jersey couldn't really do anything. But then at the end of the day, they saw it could be worse and worse, and I did my surgery, and I'm sitting here right now, and I'm happy I did it, because it's strong right now, and nothing happened since then.
So do you have to honor that Swedish contract, or can you just, is it in the contract where you can say, I'm leaving to go to the NHL? Because I know the KHL ones are a little strict where you can't leave, I guess, but how does that work?
Yeah, you can sign your contract, NHL contract, whenever you want, but you have to. I think you can leave too. But most of the teams back home in Sweden, they want you to be there and to be their guy. But yeah, you can leave almost whenever you want.
Huh.
We hear a lot of conversations about like the differences between the European game, the North American game, and whether or not that's changed over the years. Did you notice like the North American game being quite different? And if so, what were they?
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot of games in US before I went over and started living here. I played against some for Team Sweden, like junior time. Played in US against USA and Canada and all those kind of countries, and I really loved it at that point. Smaller ice, the rink is smaller and goes a lot faster. And then when I moved over to US, it was different. I remember my first year, my wrists were so sore because so many slash all the time, and so I had to wear like a wristbands or something. And but yeah, it goes a lot faster, especially like from the AHL to the NHL. It's a big step too, and but I'm happy I had my AHL experience, and without that, I wouldn't sit here right now.
Why do you say that? Just because you got used to the North American game, or because a lot of people say that, but in my eyes, I could have done without the AHL. I could have slid right into the NHL perfectly fine. I would have been okay. Why do you say going to Bingham and then Utica helped you?
Yeah, I wanted to be like a good NHL player when I came into the league. If I would go right into the league, I think I wouldn't be here right now, because it's a hard league, and everything around is so different. Especially to move from Sweden, like I didn't know anything when I moved over. I just packed my bags and just went, and then you're gonna start produce and play, and even the language and stuff. I remember I couldn't barely speak English, but you learn something new every day, and then that's how you grow as a person too. And yeah, that's the way it is.
What was your welcome to the NHL moment? Was there a single moment you remember?
I would say have to be my first game. When I played, it was in Florida. I remember all the stuff like no Bucky on the warm up, and that was pretty cool. I remember Patrick Hornquist in Florida. He was on the other side. He was shooting fire pucks on me on the warm up. I had to jump over them a couple of times. It was kind of funny, but yeah, it was a nice experience.
You still go no bucket in the warm ups?
No, I don't.
So when you get these young kids, Calabrini, and you're gonna have Will Smith coming in this year, and they're gonna get all the media press and everything. Are you going to be the veteran guy taking them under your wings, or how's that going to be? Because I was in Chicago last year working TV for the Hawks, and Bedard came in, and it was a circus, man. Like it was incredible everywhere we'd go, and I'm sure San Jose is going to be just as crazy. What are you going to do with these young kids, Fabian? Because now, like you said, you're Papa, Papa, you're the dad of the room. What are you going to do with these young kids?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when Jack Hughes came. I came same time as him, and that was crazy. All the media was at him. Everyone was looking at him. I think that's going to be the same thing for this young core here, Smith and Celebrini and those guys. And I just wanted to be there, like safety. You know, they can talk to me whenever, and they can ask me for whatever, like whatever it could be. You know, even in the gym, even. Some drills on the ice, could be whatever, nice restaurants around or something like that. If they need a ride or something, I don't know. Just be there as a safety for them, and just feel like they're gonna be here for years. And yeah,
try to get really good friends with Celebrini so you can play on his line.
Yeah.
And then he'll just pass you the puck all the time. That's the key.
Yeah.
Cozy up with him early. Be like, hey, Macklin, let's go grab some breakfast, my man. You want to live with me? By the way, let's play you, me, and Eklund. We can be a nice first line together. Do you look at this, though? Because do you look at that? Because now you have some toys to play with, the San Jose Sharks. The coach can throw some. You got Toffoli, you got Eklund, you got Granlund, you got yourself, Smith, Celebrini. Do you look at the lines and try to fantasize like, oh man, that'd be fun to play with this kid?
You've been look at it a little bit, but not that much. At the end, where you play in the lineup doesn't really matter. You have to go out there and show every day you want it to be a part of the San Jose, and get the organization forward. And but yeah, of course, to play with Celebrini or Toffoli or those guys would be awesome. Great players, and yeah, they can feed me the puck day too. That would be nice.
What's your specialty, Fabian? Where do you like to score goals? Because you got 24 this year. Where is your sweet spot on the ice?
I would say hash marks or something, like in the middle there. I like to get the puck there and just rip it. That's one of the favorite spots.
Who did you model your game after? Because that's not a very fun place to be for a forward. Because like you said, you're getting hacked, you're getting slashed. It's tight spaces. Was there someone growing up you're like, that's who I want to be like?
Yeah, I look at Ovechkin a lot when I was younger. That was my idol. I looked exactly like him on the ice when I was younger. But
no kidding.
When I got older and older, I had to find my own style, and I look at a lot of Braden Point, how he's finding his spot in the middle there. He's a great scorer too. So I look at a lot of stuff he does, even shootouts, even like just finding the spot out there, and yeah.
Well, you became a fan favorite in San Jose last year, not just with the goals, but with the energy and the personality and all that. And so last week we posted on Twitter, we're having you on the show. What kind of questions should we ask him? And I think the most common one that kept coming up and up was your friendship with Eklund. Are you guys just best buds? And what's your friendship with him like?
Yeah, you can say that we're close. We're doing almost everything together. We went on the plane together yesterday. I stopped by his town 2 days before, played a game with his dad and stuff. So we went on the flight together. We do everything. We went for dinner yesterday. We just cook dinner too. We on the plane rides. We always download movies on Swedish and just watching them together, and yeah, everything together. And then on the ice too, we like to play with each other and have a great chemistry. So yeah.
What is it about you two? How do you guys complement each other well on the ice? Why do you work well together?
I think he's a slippery guy out there. He likes to shoot, but he also likes to pass me, find me out there, and I think that's a great accomplishment, to have. And he's looking good this off season, so and it's gonna be fun to see him in action this year.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Well, you talk about.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Tim.
No, do it. I want to hear about the fight.
Oh, I wasn't even going to talk about Fabian's fight. I just wanted to. You always talk about the off season. It's so important. Why? Like, what did you do different? Because it's not like you can all of a sudden go in the off season and go, I'm gonna really score some goals this year. Let's work on shooting the puck. Because I'm sure you do that all the time. Is it just a lot of kind of luck? Because I'm or just situational stuff. Like, what did you do this off season? Because you're going to be on the first two lines. Did you do anything different this off season?
I would say I just worked more on the net front stuff because I was net front a couple times in the power play, and I remember I wasn't happy most of the time how the puck came to me, and I missed a lot of not open nets, but a lot of scoring chances like in front of the net. And I talked to skills coach Mike Ritchie here, and he was saying like if you work on your net front stuff, you have at least 7 or 10 more goals, and that's true too. that's what I've been working on most this offseason to get like the net front game to a higher level.
No, they had the best guy in the world do that for years, Joe Pavelski. I feel like with power plays now, it's a lot of those quick passes, a lot of the no-look backdoor stuff, passing off the pads. Specifically, are you high slot? Are you close? Are you in on the paint and the crease? Like, where do you find yourself on the power play? Are you looking for tips? Are you looking for rebounds?
I would say more backdoor stuff. Sneak behind the D and find an open spot. And if I'm standing there, I know I'm gonna get it. So I just have to put it in the net, and that's what I've been working on this offseason to find an open spot and just the guys like fire hard at me, and then I just gonna put it in. So it's small things who can change my game.
You probably don't remember the time when you couldn't use your skate. Has that added something where you can literally put both skates and your stick and build like a wall on the back door?
Yeah.
Do you work on that a lot? Because that's such an advantage to be able to just not kick it, but have it bank off your skate.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of have to build a wall, and then you can use your skates too. And that's something I try to do too. And you just have to hit, like, get the puck on me, and then it would be a goal. So that's of course like, something I worked on to build a wall.
No kidding. So does Eklund, does he like just go, Fabian, go back door, I'm just going to rip it, and it's just going to hit your skate? So that's like a play. You would think it would be, because it works.
Yeah. I mean, someone has to stay there, and if I don't get it on me, he's probably going to find someone else or put it in by himself. So it's someone has to stay there, and I can take it.
Who's the hardest kill to play against? Because you see these kills, some pressure, some don't. As a forward, I never was on the power play. What's the hardest kill to play against? Is the ones that just constant pressure, or are they the ones that just kind of are passive and do a tight box and force you on the outside?
I would say PK who like have a guy like they have like structure. They don't run around. They just holding everything. I would say that's the hardest. If you play against a PK who just runs around, then you can just pass away the puck, and then someone is going to be open. And I would just say if the PK have like more structure and protect the house more in the middle, then it's a hard PK.
Yeah, because Mike Ricci, he's your skill guy. That's funny, because Reach is not. He was my skill guy when I was there too. Oh, so it's funny he's still sticking around. Yeah, he's an interesting cat. So work with him. He's good. But Tim, you wanted to bring up that fight because Fabian's not a fighter, and Fabian is a big Bruins guy. As you can see in his background, he's got Go Bruins.
Yeah.
He's the worst, absolute worst. So Tim wants to talk about when Brad Marchand jumped you maliciously.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it was a scrum in front of the net, and I tried to protect our goal crease, and then I maybe hit Marchand a little bit high, like with my shoulder, and he grabs me, and I went the other way. I think look at the other way, and then I saw he grabbed me, and I was like, waited a second, and then he dropped, and I was like, okay, let's go. Then we dropped, and then no punch, but I remember it went fast, so nothing really happened.
Is that your first fight ever?
I had one in the AHL my first year, but in the NHL it was my first fight.
Yeah, first of many. You're not a small guy.
No, I'm not, but it wasn't nice to sit 5 minutes in the box. I remember that. I remember we had a 4-on-3 on the ice too, and I couldn't be out there. I was like, oh, but yeah, sometimes it happens.
Yeah, I watched it this morning, and number 7 was Nico Sturm. I thought that was you at first because I'm watching the clip of the fight. and Nico's chasing him around the whole shift. It's not even following the puck. So I thought, Zetterlund must have been the one chasing him down, but it wasn't you. I think Marchand just got so worked up, he saw someone and just started punching.
Yeah, I mean, it happens fast.
So I like to know about current players. Who is, because you get all the high-end defensive pairings, right? Because you're a first-line guy now, second-line guy. You scored 24 goals last year. Once San Jose traded Tomas and, Kuch is hurt, and you get rid of Timo Meier the year before, everyone's focusing their attention on you. Who's the toughest defensive matchup that you've played against?
You mean in the NHL?
No, in your junior Swedish leagues back when you were like 15. I want to know about those players. Of course, in the NHL, Fabian.
I would say Colorado had a really good D-court. They have everything, like McCarr, Taves, those guys. They just perfect fit everyone there. They have some smaller, they have some taller guys. It's hard to play in Colorado, and they just hard to get inside, and just get a scoring chance. So I would say Colorado is one of the team.
Who is going back, looking at defenses? You play against all these teams. Who is one team? Because I was a fourth line guy. I played defense for a little bit. Do you ever get the opportunity? I'm sure you get it all the time when you get an offensive zone start. The other team gets hemmed in. They ice the puck. It's a fourth line. As a skill guy, do you know when you're going to just dominate a line, whether it's a fourth line or a 5-6 D pairing, and you get excited, you go into that offensive zone, they're gassed. Do you know just right away, we're going to score or we're going to work these guys?
Not really. I mean, you're always aware who's out there, and if you see their fourth line is out there, you think you have a better chance to score, of course, and then you have to take advantage of it too. And when you see that happens in the game, and it happens quick too, and then you just have to play it right away, and then the puck drops, and then something might not happen, but it could happen, and then you score. So it's you're always aware who's out there, and of course when you play against the fourth line, you have to take advantage of it if you want to success. So yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. All right, a couple more from me, and then Tim's going to jump in. When I was in San Jose, the facilities were okay. You played for New Jersey, so it's, again, not a great rink. I don't know how the home locker room was, but I was in the home locker room in San Jose, and it wasn't terrific. The practice rink was okay. Has things changed, Fabian? Is the training room nice? Is the room nice? Tell me about the facilities now.
Yeah, I mean, the practice facility is kind of nice. It's the lounge and the locker room and everything is kind of it's really nice. And I heard they're gonna change some more stuff, build a bigger gym and stuff like that. So it's gonna be fun when I go to the rink today and see how they change stuff. And yeah, the game rink is still the same. I think I haven't heard anything there. But yeah, you just have to play games there, and it doesn't really matter for me how the game locker room looks like. It's just how the practice facilities, and I like that a lot. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to see when I get there today.
Any update on Kuch? What his status is?
I haven't heard anything. Haven't talked to him too, so I don't know.
What about the new Russian goaltender, Askarov? That was a big move by Mike Greer. I'm looking at this roster now, Fabian. You guys are going to win some games.
Yeah. I mean, get Askarov in. I think it's going to be a good goalie. Good goal in the future for sure. And yeah, it's, I don't know him. I haven't seen him play, but
yeah.
But I heard he's great, and yeah, hopefully he can be really good in the future too.
So this is what I always want to talk about. You're 25, single. motivated, coming off 24 goals, moose of a man, 6 foot 210 probably, just in the peak physical shape. Your contract's up, Fabian.
Yeah.
You're going to want to get some money. What's the next contract? Have you started that conversation with Mike Greer yet?
No, I haven't talked about that. I just want to focus on this season, and yeah, I mean, when the conversation starts, I don't want to focus too much on that. I just wanted to have a good start here and just take it from there, and it starts with the camp and then the first 10, 20 games.
Well, what can we expect from the Sharks? Because last year, you get the number 1 overall pick. Not a great spot. Are you guys going to push for a playoff spot? I know it's such a stupid question because, you're going to say, of course, we're going to win, but you have to be excited for this year. Yeah,
I am. I think everyone is. All the fans, everyone around, we get the first overall pick. And I think we just need to be hard to play against as a team, all the other teams had to feel like when they play against the Sharks, no one quits. We just play all the way in, and if we give everything we have, I believe this group is gonna do something at the end. And I mean, we have to take small steps every day. Put up some small goals too, like we have to take game by game, and just focus on ourselves and just moving forward.
Well, who's the characters on the team? Everybody says you have a great personality. I don't get it, but everybody says you're fun and have a great personality. Who else on the team brings the energy to the locker room? Because we know it's not Marc-Edouard Vlasic.
No, it's I would say Ferraro and Luke Cunnin. Those guys are pretty loud in the locker room, especially Ferraro. He's a joker. He likes to joke around and all that kind of stuff. So I give that one to him.
It's nice to have those guys. All right, Tim, fire away. You can do your stuff now.
Yeah, just the last question from me. We have a lot of young kids that listen to the show. What advice do you like to give to kids who ask about how to get better at their game and maybe even be a pro someday?
Yeah, I would say just do what you want to do. If we want to be on the ice and play, do it and have fun. That's the most thing I would send a message to, and it's just like have fun, keep playing, work hard in the gym. But I remember me as a young kid. I just did everything I liked, and I remember my dad wasn't pushing me to do anything. He said, if you don't want to practice, don't do it. And then, but I wanted to do it by myself, and I had fun in my life as a young kid. And if you don't have fun, you don't have success. So I think that's great to have in my back, and I just want to send it to the younger kids in the future too.
I love that. That's fantastic. Do you ever get a chance in San Jose to get out in the community and do some stuff like that? Go to, I don't know, schools or hospitals and see some people?
Yeah, I did some stuff last season.
Nice.
I'm probably gonna get some stuff to do this training camp too. To go to a hospital or step on the ice with some kids, or just do it. Do something like that. It's just a boost for them, and we're more glad to do that stuff. So yeah.
Listen, you're coming into camp as the goal scorer and the star player for the San Jose Sharks. So you're going to do a lot of stuff, Fabian, and I appreciate you jumping on and giving us the time this morning. I know you just got in and you got to get to the rink and everything, but we appreciate it, my man. You have exceeded expectations. The fans were right. You were fantastic. Good luck this year, man. We'll be watching. We'll maybe be able to see you in person. We'll see. But yeah. I'm excited to see how this year pans out. So thank you again for coming on. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Thank you. He's so nice, Tim. All right, Fabian. Have a good one, man. Get some sleep. Yeah, I will. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for listening to Dropping the Gloves with John Scott, a member of the Nation Network of Podcasts. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts from to never miss an episode.